Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest, and today we're going to be talking about the most recent developer announcement video that came out earlier yesterday with the live stream. We're going to talk about some of the great changes that are going to be coming to the game. We got a lot of free codes that are coming with that as well. So let's go ahead and dig in. So first off, probably most people care about the codes the most. So I will put all of the codes in the description as well as pinned on the first comment of my video down below. The items that you can get are going to be a 4-star egg, 50,000 gold, a 4-star weapon, 5 territe aroma, 5 pink potions, 5 green potions, 50,000 gold, 5 of each summon ticket, 200,000 gold, and an additional 50,000 gold. So you are going to get quite a few amount of items, and you're going to want to make sure to grab particularly that 4-star weapon chest, and it is a random weapon chest, so keep that in mind, and the 4-star familiar. So let's go ahead, pop that capsule. Hopefully we'll get something that we actually need. Unfortunately, disbelief, not something that I actually need. So let's go ahead and talk about what was announced. So a lot of you guys heard me talking about the kind of bad news that's coming, and this video definitely wasn't that. This video had a lot of good news in it. For those of you that are wondering what the bad news is, what the speculation is, what people are talking about right now, there is rumors that Aurora Links and relics are going to be locked behind Asterite. I don't think that's going to be true, but that's what people are currently talking about. Hopefully we'll get some confirmation. A lot of people think that, particularly since there were no banners this week. I don't think that's possible because relics was going to be released a couple weeks ago, so it just doesn't make sense to me that all of a sudden they would pull relics from releasing and lock them behind Asterite. So I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think they would lock Aurora Links behind it for considering that he is an event familiar. I just don't see it happening. In terms of the other things we're going to be talking about in this video, though, it is primarily going to be the developer's video. First off, though, if you guys didn't know, my husband is a artist. He is a concept artist. So if any of you guys have characters that you are potentially wanting to get drawn or are looking to hire an artist to work on, he does currently have commissions open. And while I usually reserve this spot for a bill on Amazon coins, we're going to go ahead and throw my husband's commissions out there right now. So he does do incredible work, whether it's Final Fantasy XIV characters or almost any characters in general. He has a variety of styles. So make sure you check out his webpage. That will also be in the pinned comments and in my description below. If you are someone who has an appreciation for art and a appreciation for hiring commissioned artists and wanting to support us. So the interesting thing about the video that came out is it seems like we got a lot more information from this Ni no Kuni video than we did from the previous one, particularly in regards to things that are going to be changing in the game. The enhancement system was one thing that he touched on in particular, and while the enhancement system is something he talked about, I don't know if what he's referring to is just releasing voodoo dolls on the global side. It's kind of difficult to tell because he's very abstract and is just talking in general about what the population dislikes about the enhancement system. He doesn't mention cursing. He specifically mentions the enhancement system. So I'm not sure what we're going to see going on with that. I could see this being him just like foreshadowing the voodoo dolls coming. We see this in a lot of gacha games where like there are general game improvements coming right down the pipeline from the Korean or future version of the game, and developers know they're coming, so they kind of preemptively address the concerns, right? Even though, because they know the fix is coming down the road. So I don't know if this is that, or if they're talking about actually changing the enhancement system differently on the global side. To me, it reads very vague, and it reads to me like, you know, maybe they're looking at changing something different, but I could see it going either way at this point. Probably the more exciting news that was going on. They did a lot of questions about like, what's your favorite familiar and what's going on here. Is the new type of PvP content that they're going to be releasing global first. So this is going to be Temple Team Arena, which is going to be a 5 versus 5 combat, and specifically they talk about engaging in PvE and PvP content. It's going to be kind of like the MOBA genre is how they classify it, where you go around and you kill monsters and you can receive temple energy points, and there's going to be, you know, temple energy from players that you can take, or you can have yours taken away. So it's something that's going to be released on global first, and I'm kind of excited for like this global exclusive content. With all of the PvP content that I have, though, I questioned why we're releasing new content when the current content we have is so broken. I have problems with Lava Valley matchmaking. I have problems with Lava Valley in general. And I feel like unless they fix that first, they're just going to keep releasing PvP that's either going to be imbalanced or frustrating for players. So as exciting as this might be, as exciting as the 5 versus 5 could be, right? I really am concerned with, you know, the lack of fixing the fundamental problems in the game. You know, it's ridiculous that I get matchmaked with a 150k Engi every single battle, right? It's ridiculous that I am ranked as a carry even though my CP is extremely bloated because I've had really bad cursing, right? So my attack is much lower than other players, but that's not weighted the same, right? So there's a lot of things in the matchmaking process, particularly in how stats are weighed, in how CP is weighed, that as exciting as this could be, it just doesn't seem like it'll be fun. It seems like it's going to be more of you're going to get matched up against a team that's just absolutely going to crush you, without, you know, without making it a skill-based game or a game based off of like generalized stats within that game ecosystem. I don't see it being competitive. Very similar to kind of the tournament play that they have going on right now. You know, we have, like, if you think about like what a tournament would look like on the global side, it would literally just be like the highest cursing players killing each other. Like, it's less a showcase of skill and more a showcase of the amount of money spent or the amount of cursing that your characters have. So I just have some fundamental problems with this, and I think matchmaking could fix this, but I think even if you're wanting to generate like an esports like PvP function that people are going to play and enjoy and watch, you do need to have both sides be on a level playing field. And I think with the current environment of Ni no Kuni, that's never going to happen, whether it's through matchmaking or through character growth. So as excited as I might be for this content, or for them to release new content, I think fundamentally, if they do want to make an esports version of Ni no Kuni, like the way that they seem to be trying, they need to fix fundamental problems first with the game. Now, we did go through and they talked a little bit about the Halloween event. They also talked about other things coming. So they talked about server versus server coming out, how they're planning on balancing that, the other aspects of like what you're going to get from that. So you'll get like buffs that provide benefits for farming and combat in the cross field. So the cross field will be like a cross server area. It seems like it'll be pretty exciting. I'm excited for it. I know it's something we've really wanted for a while. It's one of the things that was touted with Ni no Kuni as being very fun in this server versus server. Mass battles, melees. I mean, personally, I'm pretty excited just because we have one of the strongest servers in Ni no Kuni Global. So it feels like our server is going to be pretty dominant over the other servers. But I could also just see it being a way to maybe interact with people from other servers and have fun with them. I could see it being fun. I could see myself enjoying this type of content. And I think it's the type of content where, you know, if you want to meet people, if you want to test things with people, it doesn't always have to be potentially aggressive, but we'll have to wait and see. And they talked about, you know, implementation and chaos energy and, you know, the bosses and balancing between the servers. I did think it was interesting that they talked about the balancing between the servers, because it's apparently not important to balance in PvP content like Lava Valley or the new 5 vs 5, but in server versus server, it has to be balanced. I think that was really interesting, because to me, everything should be balanced, particularly when we are talking about player versus player. Anyway, everybody, I'm curious what all of you think about this. I know a lot of people are hyped for the MOBA style type of content that's releasing, but I also think that you know, without fixing the fundamentals in the game, there's going to be huge problems with it, particularly very similarly to Lava Valley. I am not looking forward to getting matched up with 3 150k Engis and going up against a normal team. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will catch you guys all next time.